Hello, good morning. So today we start groups and elementary properties. So we know that if non-empty set, non-empty means it contains at least one element. Empty set is a set in which there is no element. So a set, a finite set or infinite set, but it should be non-empty. A non-empty set satisfying some properties or some conditions or some assumptions. So there are so many properties of numbers. So here we discuss about as a closure property, associative property, existence of identity, existence of inverse, commutative property, etc. So a finite set or infinite set, or we generally say that a non-empty set which satisfies the following properties, like the closure property. Then if it satisfies the set satisfies the associative property, and if it has identity element and it has inverse element, each element should have inverse in the given set. And if it satisfies commutative property, then we say that the finite set, if it satisfies closure and associative property, is called the semi-group. If the non-empty set satisfies closure, associative, identity element, inverse element, then it is called the group. So the properties should be satisfied with respect to the binary operation. Namely, it may be addition, it may be multiplication, or it may be any other binary operation. So addition here, if we test the properties for the given set with respect to addition, then if it satisfies two properties, then it is called a group, semi-group with respect to addition. If it satisfies four properties, namely closure, associative, identity, and inverse, then it is called a group with respect to addition. If it also satisfies the commutative property with respect to addition, then it is called an abelian group with respect to addition. Similarly, instead of taking operation addition, if we take operation multiplication in the given set, that is non-empty set, then if the given set non-empty set satisfies two properties, namely closure and associative property with respect to multiplication, then it is called a semi-group. And if it satisfies four properties, that is closure, associative, identity element with respect to multiplication, and inverse of each element with respect to multiplication exists in the set, then it is called a group with respect to multiplication. And at last, if it satisfies the commutative property with respect to multiplication, then it is called the abelian group with respect to multiplication. So to define a group, we have to satisfy some properties. A semi-group means it is a group, a finite set, non-empty set which satisfies closure and associative property is called a semi-group. A semi-group with identity element with respect to the composition, whatever may be the binary operation, it may be addition or it may be multiplication, is known as a monoid. So if it satisfies the identity element 0 with respect to addition, A semigroup with identity element with respect to any binary operation is called a monoid. So let us see what is the definition of a group and what are the definition of properties. What what is closure property, what is associative property, what is identity element, and what is the inverse element. So to describe or to define these properties, I'm sharing the screen. So see here what is so in see here groups and elementary properties. So this is our topic. A group is commonly studied as an abstraction of the number system. An abstract group is the study of a set with an operation defined on it, which has many useful applications both within and outside mathematics. In this chapter, we study different sets forming groups with given certain operations called binary operations. So see here the definition of a group. Let G be a non-empty set, a binary operation on G. So this is a binary operation on G is a function. A binary operation on G is a function that assigns each ordered pairs of elements of G another element of G. So this condition is also called closure. So in other words, in a binary operation star on a set G is a mapping. G cross G to G is the set Cartesian product of G into itself. So G cross G is the collection of all ordered pairs A comma B with A comma B belongs to G. If the star is a binary operation on G, we say that G is closed under the binary operation star. So binary operations are also denoted by this composition or dot, or in circle we are writing addition, etc. So these are the symbols of binary operation. Now the examples of a group. The usual addition on Z, usual addition plus on Z is a binary operation on Z. Since A plus B belongs to Z, for all A comma B belongs to Z. So what is a binary operation? If we are taking addition as a binary operation, then take any two elements in the group in the set. If addition is also belongs to the same set, then we say that the addition is the binary operation in the given set. So Z is the set of integers. If we take any two integers A comma B, the sum of two integers is again an integer. So this sum plus is the binary operation. Similarly, in the set Z, what is Z? Z is the set of integers. If we take any two elements A comma B, so the product of A and B is again an integer. So see here A comma B belongs to Z. It implies A into B. A into B is also the integer. So multiplication is the binary operation in the set of integers. Similarly, if we take two elements A comma B belongs to Z, and let us take here a binary operation subtraction. So what is A minus subtraction? Subtraction of two integers. So difference of two integers is again an integer. Let us take A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10. 5 minus 10 is equal to minus 5, and minus 5 is again an integer. So difference is also the binary operation in the set of integers. Similarly, this is the set Zn, set of integers less than n. So we write it as 0, 1, 2, 3 dash dash n minus 1 for n belongs to z plus positive integers has a binary operation as in the below. So these sets we use in addition modulo, set of integers addition modulo and multiplication modulo. So what is addition modulo of a and b with n? So we have to add these two elements a and b, divide this sum by n. So what will we get here? We have to write here the remainder. After adding two numbers, divide the number by n, then write the remainder. So this we can write it as a plus b mod n belongs to zn. So the remainder is the integer. So addition modulo zn is a binary, has a binary operation. Similarly, multiplication modulo. In multiplication modulo, we have to take two elements a and b, multiply these two elements. The product should be divided by n, and we have to write the remainder here. So remainder is always integer, so it belongs to Zn. So the set Zn has a binary operation with respect to multiplication modulo n and with respect to addition modulo n. So these are the examples of the binary operation. Similarly, next see here, for positive integer m and n, we are taking two positive integers m and n such that the set of matrices of order m by n, and we have to take entries from the set of real numbers. So we rate this set as it is the set of all m by n matrices over the set of real numbers. Then addition of two matrices is a binary operation. If we take two matrices of order m by n, then addition is also of order m by n with real numbers, entries with real numbers. So a plus b belongs to m by n with entries in real numbers. For all a comma b belongs to m second matrix with order m by n with entries real number. So set of two matrices, addition of two matrices is again a matrix of the same order. Hence, the set of matrices of order m by n has the addition as a binary operation. So addition of matrices is a binary operation. Next, so see here, sorry for disturbance.